Medieval Cop, Season 2, Episode 10. Link in the description. The following story is fictional and does not depict any actual person, entity, or event.
In the medieval criminal justice system.
Wow, really? Fine.
The people are represented by two separate, yet equally useless groups. The medieval police, who investigate crime as long as you are not a rich or royal person. And the district attorneys, who prosecute the offenders as long as it's not too much work.
Can't even get the narration correct.
These are their stories of mismanagement and reckless behavior.
And now, for the last award of the night. It is my great honor to present the last award of this event, the Probability Awards. And the award for Probability of Living a Long Life goes to Mr. Grave Deader. Thank you, thank you. You all are too kind. When I started my company for medically non-approved medicine, Get a Life, everyone told me, Grave, no one is stupid enough to buy placebos, but will still have to exercise to lose weight. But Get a Life showed him. I showed you all. There is no limit to human desires combined with their eternal stupidity. And with that said, I thank you for this award. And I am looking forward to outliving you all. Looks like someone had a rough night. I know, I should have stopped at the 44th beer mug instead of the 45th. Big mistake. I was talking about the obvious dead person in front of us, Dreg. Oh, maybe he had 45 beers too. What do we got? Male, 40 to 50 years old. Found like this an hour ago. Who found the body? That woman, Ginger. She was the one who reported the body to a nearby guard. If you have any time after this, how about a hug, handsome? For the right price, of course. A paid hugger? That must be her area for customers. Paid hugger? We have to color that because kids play this game, and hence we can't call her a prostitute. Stop. I got it. We'll call her a paid hugger from now on, and nothing more. His head was bashed in with something heavy. Whoever did it really hated this guy. Any idea on the victim? No, sir, but our men are canvassing the area. We should find something. Sirs, we found this thing covered in blood in the garbage bin a few blocks away. Is that a trophy? Awarded to Mr. Grave Deader. Is that the victim's name? What's the award for, anyway? It's for Probability of Living a Long Life. Seriously? Probability of living a long life. I'm afraid, now that things have changed, this award will probably be revoked. 90% sure that it's going to go into that 3-minute long title screen. Skipping ahead. Alright, there we go. No law without order. Probability of living a long life. You can get awards for that? You can get an award for anything these days. Take me, for example. I got a certificate for kicking a postman's butt. That wasn't a certificate. It was a restraining order. I've framed it and put it up on my wall. It goes well with my other certificates that I've put up. I don't know why I was ever paired with you. Because you're a cop who follows the law, and I look at reality when solving cases. It makes for great character chemistry. Officers, we're finishing we have finished canvassing the area and noted down all the details of the crime scene. Good. Anything out of the ordinary? Seems like a robbery gone wrong to us. The victim, Deader, resisted the robber and ended up getting killed. Huge leap from robbery to second-degree murder. No witnesses who saw anything, though. We asked around, but it seems no one heard anything. A head bashing and no one heard any screams? Sounds more like people don't want to get involved in this. Or don't want to involved in this. The body was found by Ginger, who uses this alley as a shortcut to get to her spot, and called us in. We took her statement. Alright. We should look around a bit ourselves to make sure we don't miss anything. Yeah, the no one hearing this guy screaming to death bothers me. I'll check in with people living here to make sure. Police report added evidence. Health bar. The supposed murder weapon. The awarded trophy to Mr. Deader. Probability of living a long life. The trophy's shine looks brand new. The only damage on it is from the alleged head bashing. Wait, if the trophy's brand new, then he was awarded it recently. The event where he got the award was probably held between today and yesterday. Soldier, look for any registered events with award ceremonies held in the last 2 days. Shouldn't be too hard. Not a lot of events going on lately, ever since drugs were banned. Good. Right now we don't know anything about this man other than his name. We must look into his identity. This drain tunnel is dry. Looks like a broken pipe that does not go anywhere anymore. But the dust inside it is disturbed. Someone was putting things in here. Let's see here. Whoa. There are a lot of things here. What am I looking for? Wallet. A wallet. And it belongs to the victim. Here's his ID. Mr. Grave Deader. So it confirms that the dead body and trophy are connected. No cash in the wallet, consistent with a robbery so far. At least we now know our victim properly. His address is on his ID. We'll have to send someone to verify it and notify his family, if he has any. I already checked this trophy. Did you find anything else? Anything that you felt was not worth your attention? Yeah, you. Fair enough. But I meant other than me. Well, lots of stuff. Since this is an alley, many people use this place as a garbage bin. So what else is here? Well, we got used diapers, worn out clothes, brochures, broken furniture, rotten food, broken toys, diplomas in art. Which one of those things interests me? Tell me about the brochures. You can tell a lot about a neighborhood from the brochures they get. Well, there are fast food joints, massage parlors, unlicensed child care places, and a lot of estate agents' contact information. Real estate agents. They have to know the neighborhood inside and out to fix the rate of a location. You're thinking they might have information about this area and its residents? Wouldn't hurt to ask them. Alright, I'll have some people look into them. Anything else? Yes, please don't compare me to the trash in this alley. Trash can be recycled, at least. Got it. This is Mr. Deader. I should check out the police report first before examining him. Mr. Deader was found dead in an alley with his head bashed in. The body was found by the paid hugger, Ginger. The victim's wallet was found. The ID confirms his identity as Mr. Grave Deader. No cash was found in the wallet. This is the victim, Mr. Deader's body. Primary cause of death appears to be someone knocking on his head a bit too hard. But we can know better once the medical examiner examines his body and gives us the final report. There's blood under the victim's fingernails. That suggests that he fought back and managed to scratch his killer. Soldier, how long will it take to get a DNA match from the blood under the victim's fingernails? 500 years, give or take? Damn, that's outside the statute of limitations. Guess we must find the killer the old-fashioned way. Deselect evidence. Hello, Miss Ginger. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions? That depends. You're not going to arrest me for hugging people for money, right? I guess we could ignore why you were here for today, but no guarantees if you're caught hugging someone for money in the future. Fair enough. What do you need to know? Start from the beginning. Well, I was just returning from a home visit hugging a regular customer to my spot. You do house visits? Can I pay you to visit my friend's house? That'll be a fun scenario for Polly. Whatever. I decided to use this alley as a shortcut to my usual spot when I found the dead guy. Was anyone else in the vicinity at the time? Someone you saw coming or going? Nuh-uh. Not where I came from, at least. But I don't know about the other side of the alley since I went back and called the cops. Do you think the victim had come here for a hug, but things went wrong? Nah. At most you get a few broken bones. The injured usually don't say who hurt them because they might get exposed for paid hugging. Makes sense. Anything else you remember? Anything that might have seemed insignificant? Now that you mention it, I smelled a strong scent on his body when I approached his body to check if he was dead. A scent? You mean like a perfume? Yeah, it was a perfume called Labrador. Some of my friends used it in the past. It is a fairly common woman's perfume. So our killer might be a woman, or he was with a woman before he got killed? Labrador doesn't last long. My guess is the perfume spraying and murder occurring in a very close time period. If it does not last long, then that explains why we can't smell it now. Thank you for the information. You're welcome, handsome. How about a quick hug for celebrating? I must decline. I abhor body contact unless it is my fist in a postman's face. Whatever floats your boat. I think that's all the clues I can find in this area. I should wait till Pollock comes back to discuss what we found. Polly is back. Study the clues he collected and talk to him to discuss the investigation. Any luck with the neighbors? No. How can a guy get his head bashed in and not one soul hears his screams? Maybe there's something more going on than meets the eye. Well, it's not the neighborhood in this case. They truly didn't hear anything. I could tell they were not lying. Alright then. Maybe we should start from the beginning. Let's start from the very beginning. If we look at this from a different perspective, we might find an answer that fits to the facts. Let's start with the actual incident in question. So, what do we know so far about the murder? We know he died from his head being bashed. We also know that the trophy was used to kill him. We also know that there was a struggle. Yes, this is where these facts collide. Witnesses. There was definitely a struggle and the victim must have called for help. So why didn't no one hear or see anything? I have personally interviewed the neighbors and it is my expert opinion that they really did not hear anything. There's also something else that is bothering me. Look at this scene. I'm not sure I follow. I see a dead body with his head bashed in lying in a pool of his own blood. But don't you think there is something missing from this scene? You know what happens when a head gets bashed in? It pops like a balloon, spraying blood and brain matter everywhere. Yet the wall behind the victim is clean. Well, not clean, but it does not have blood splatter or brains on it. Wait, if that's true, and we combine it with the neighbors not hearing anything, you think... Yeah, this is not where he was killed. He was moved here from the real crime scene by the killer. Hold on. If that's true, then that means this was... premeditated murder. Sorry, but not quite. Eh? Don't forget, our murder weapon is a trophy, which belonged to the victim. What does that tell you? If it was premeditated, the killer wouldn't use the victim's own trophy to kill him. Makes sense. So the killer argued with the victim, things got heated, there was a fight, and killer kills the victim in the heat of battle. Panics, decides to dispose the body in an alley and make it look like a robbery gone wrong. I have a feeling the killer is a man. It takes real upper body strength to bash someone's head like this. If that's true, then there's definitely another person other than the killer male involved in this incident. What makes you say that? Our good friend, Miss Ginger, shared an important fact that points to the identity of the other person of interest. Ginger smelled perfume on our victim when she found it, which she claims is used by women. Labrador. I know that perfume. It is fairly popular among women, including my wife. A bit pricey and does not last long. Right. So you know that the perfume doesn't last long on the body, which means there might be a woman involved in this mess. So, what are your thoughts? Taking everything into consideration, there's a high chance this is the result of an affair. Right, duh. An angry strong man, a middle-aged rich victim, a woman's sweet scent, all the makings of an affair being exposed. What makes you think the victim was rich? His clothes, his wallet's quality, a solid gold trophy? Take your pick. So the question is, whether the victim was having an affair with someone and the killer caught him, or the killer was having an affair with the victim's significant other and the killer killed him to hide their secret. His spouse makes sense to me. A pricey perfume like that may be within his finances to buy it. It's too early to assume. Let's check in with the local surveillance system. Surveillance system? Jefferson's abode. Opposite side of alley. Rydia. Monday, August 30th. Hey, you darn kids! I thought I told you maggots not to play near my roses. Old ladies with nothing better to do make for a great surveillance system in any neighborhood. You're hoping this old dying lady saw something. Do you know how early old people sleep? Grandma, just leave it alone. They're just... Ow. Don't tell me what to do, boy. I've changed your diapers and your father's diapers. That's your answer to everything. Boy, get the broom. A couple of pigs have come inside. Darn filthy animals. She just called us pigs, Dreg. Wonderful. Her eyesight is still great then. Although I do identify myself as a dung beetle, but this works too. Pardon me, Grandma. But have you seen this person before? The Whitey Wrinkly I saw around a couple of days ago. Whitey Wrinkly? Since she only sees them and cannot hear from afar, she comes up with nicknames to identify them. Well, he was wearing all white clothes and also had white hair and wrinkled skin, so it checks out. What was Whitey Wrinkly doing a couple of days ago when you saw him, ma'am? Let's see. I think that was the day I gave Timothy a bath after he played in the mud. Huh? Timothy? The neighbor's kid? No wonder his mom stares daggers at me every time I came across her. I saw that man talking to a fox. A fox? Another of her nicknames, probably. Going by context, I think she means... A fox is usually red, so someone wearing red clothing. In this case, an agent. A real estate agent. I've seen that fox with many different people roaming different Houses upon houses. Probably the agent showing apartments to people looking to buy. If it's a real estate agent, then it's probably Reggie. He met me one time asking if I wanted to sell this house. Reggie. You must have his card if he offered. Can you show it to us? No need. His office is that park with a water fountain. Reginald Estate Developers. An estate agent. Dreg, a word. Depression. That's a word. Is this a new game? Why is our rich award-winning guy buying an apartment in a lower middle-class neighborhood? You think he was up to no good? The only people I have seen buying such places is to store something hidden away from prying eyes. Something probably illegal. I'm pretty sure Reggie can guide us to the place he bought. That will give us some answers. Officers, we found the victim's home address. It's in Dramawood. Dramawood? The one with all the mansions? See, that makes sense for a guy like Deader. Any known relatives? Yes, his wife. She's registered to at the same address. I wonder if Deader's wife knows about him buying an apartment here. The estate agent is nearer to us. Let's send the Orange Duo to notify the widow. Orange Duo? Thank you, Grandma, for all your help. Then arrest those darn kids who play near my garden. This old bag will never let me live. She outlived my parents, and I know she will outlive my children, too. Deader's Villa. West coast of Dramawood, Rydia, Monday, August 30th. So, Graves dead, huh? Yes, he was beaten to death in an alley in a low-class area. Really? What was he doing there? We are hoping you would tell us, considering you are his wife after all. You mean ex-wife. Grave and I divorced almost 2 months ago. You don't say. Then why are you still living here? I got this mansion in the divorce, and Grave got to keep his company's shares. I'd rather lose the house than those. Divorce? That must have been messy. What about your kids? We didn't have any. Part of the reason why I wanted a divorce. But it was not messy at all. He was more than happy to divorce me when I brought up the subject as long as I don't ask for shares in his company. So why didn't you? As fast as I know, Get a Life is a huge company with international branches. No way. I'd rather have my soul instead. Get a Life is just a pyramid scheme. A way to make fools give up their money. It is. But I have already signed up 2 members for my 5-member group. None of the products are even certified by the medical board either. They advertise them as lifestyle products. So, is it safe to say that Grave Deader made millions on the backs of scammed citizens? I wouldn't be surprised if one of his scammed victims killed him. You're awfully quick to assign blame. What about you? You didn't want to kill him knowing what he did? Why would I? We are already divorced. I'm not some dark hero who avenges people. Those who fall for this scam are idiots. I wonder if I can get a refund. If that's true, then you wouldn't mind telling us where you were last night, right? I was here, of course. I never left the house. I ate dinner and went to bed, and the only visitors since yesterday are you two. Somehow, I doubt that. What? Hey, show this lady proof that she's lying about yesterday. There's something wrong with this table, but what? Ah! There are 2 plates here, but didn't Miss Heather have dinner alone? Well, why are there 2 plates? Are you hiding something? Or someone? Well, I should warn you, Miss Heather. Lying during an investigation can be considered obstruction of justice. Not to mention, it makes you look guilty as hell for murder. Fine, I wasn't alone last night. I had a date. That doesn't sound bad. Aren't you already divorced? So why the secrecy? That's because I'm divorced, but he isn't. Oh, scandalous. I'm afraid we'll need his name and address to confirm your alibi with him. We'll try to be discreet. Why would we be discreet? Because it is none of our business what immoral things they would do with their lives. That is a civil matter. You're no fun. But Dreg's note did say the killer might be a guy in a love triangle, so what if these two are covering each other? Because there's no reason to kill Grave. We were already divorced happily. I think he was already seeing someone. He was seeing someone? Who? I don't know. His business partner might know. They have been friends since college. Business partner? Get a Life has another owner? Yes, Boris. Boris Perry. Grave was the face of the company, and Boris is the brains behind it. Could Boris have? For the company? I don't think so. This murder seems to be the result of an affair, so I doubt it is business related. Well, we will know more once we visit him. Meanwhile, let's hope Dreg and Polly have better luck with that real estate agent. Reginald's Estate Developers, near Greenhaven Park, Rydia, Monday, August 30th. No one wants to buy properties these days. How can they when they are barely scraping by? Customers! Welcome, welcome! Let me guess, you're both here looking for a new house? What? No, It's okay, I don't judge. What you guys do with your bodies is your choice. I am just here to make sure that you get a great place. Do what with our bodies? In fact, we have a cute little home for you in the Flamboyant District. Hold the hell up! We're not a couple. I repeat, Dreg and I are not a couple. Why won't you accept me for who I am? Stop that! You're sending shivers down my spine. Oof, looks like trouble in paradise. I can show you some rentable apartments if you're not fully committed yet. Stop! We are cops. We are here to investigate the death of Grave Deader. Eh? Mr. Deader is dead? 5 minutes later. I see. Beaten to death. What a horrible way to go. Can you tell us why Grave Deader was looking for a place in that area? He's rich as far as we know. He told me he was recently divorced. He just wanted a quiet, cheap place to stay like many divorced me do. So did you manage to make a sale with Mr. Deader? Yes, he rented an apartment in the Cloud 9 Apartments. Cloud 9 Apartments? That's 1 block away from the crime scene. I have no idea why he was interested in that dilapidated building, but he insisted on that apartment. You mean that apartment wasn't your choice? Hell no. I have standards too. I haven't warned him about the risks of living in that area, but he was adamant. Sounds like Deader had a motive behind his choice of residence. You, take us to his apartment. We need to check it out. Sure, but the building manager is kinda frustrating. He won't open the door without a proper warrant. I guess our next stop is to get one from Chief Drew. Shouldn't be hard, seeing the owner of the apartment is dead. Fine, let's hope the Orange Duo are making a headway while we're doing paperwork for the apartment. Get a Life head office, Mercury Business Complex, Rydia, Monday, August 30th. What? Grave is dead? Are you sure? We can show you his corpse if you like. No, I'll take your word for it. This is bad for business. We just lost our face for Get a Life. Listen, people, I need someone to immediately arrange for a press conference. I will immediately call the press. I also need someone to call our executives for a meeting. We need to have an emergency meeting. I'm sending people to notify them. They should be here within an hour. Wow, you aren't wasting any time taking over the company now that he's dead. You will now own everything. And this building too, right? Look how tall it is. Do you think I'll squish if I jump out now? I don't want to answer that, but you misunderstand. Dead or dying is extremely bad for this company. What? Why is inheriting the company a bad thing? Because Get a Life is nothing but on his face. When people think Get a Life, they immediately picture Deader's smiling face. You have no idea how hard this is going to hit our overall stocks. This company is in a crisis now. Speaking of Get a Life, who do I speak to about getting a refund? Oh dear God, it's already happening. She's just reacting to something Heather said. She called your products a scam. Look, we sell lifestyle products. We have never claimed to be a medical company. It's not our fault people misunderstand. But you manipulated them into thinking that your products help them lose weight. Or gain weight. If you really think we're cheating, then sue us. Otherwise, I ask you to stop making baseless accusations. Not my department. Just making an observation. But what are the chances one of your customers decided to take matters into their own hands? Not likely. Unlike other lifestyle companies, we know when to stop milking a client, which is why we survived to this day. You and Detter were close, right? Then was he seeing someone, romantically? Eh? What are you talking about? He's married to Heather. What? Were you not aware that Detter recently divorced her? What? When did that happen? What about his shares? Did she get them in the divorce? Nope, just his house. He managed to keep his shares. Oh, thank God. That would have been a disaster, seeing as how she wanted us to stop Get a Life products. Were you aware that Detter was seeing someone? I don't. I just learned about his divorce, so I wasn't even aware if he was looking for a partner. Heather seemed convinced you might know something about his romantic life. I didn't. I really didn't. He must have really wanted to keep it a secret. God knows why. Maybe it's because it was someone you knew? Maybe like a co-worker or employee? Someone you were romantically involved with? Nah, I'm not the committable type. Detter knew this. Everyone knew this. I don't think a love triangle was the issue. As for her being an employee, I doubt it. If there was such a case, gossip and rumors would have been flying around here about it. Well, this trip has been a complete waste of time. Is there nothing you can tell us? I can give you other people closely associated with him if that helps. I want to catch the person who did it as much as you do. Last question. Do you know why Detter would buy a cheap apartment in a bad area where huggers do business? He bought what and where? What the hell was going wrong with him? Never mind. Thank you for your time. Well, this was a waste of time. What do you think? I think I'm not getting that refund. Looks like I'm going on an involuntary diet. Let's find that apartment. Greg and Polly may already be there. Let's meet up and discuss what we found. Can we stop by the blood bank? I may need to donate something to get by this month. Detter's apartment. 1 block from Alley. Rydia. Monday, August 30th. Wow. So this is Detter's secret apartment. How do I say this? This place is a bachelor's dream home. Ew, someone actually lived here? A woman wouldn't understand the beauty of a bachelor apartment, nor its value. Seriously? This is where the millionaire was living? I don't get it. Shut up! This is a man's dream! It's like women do not realize how little a man needs to be happy. Do all men need therapy or something? A minuscule amount of people actually need therapy. The rest just want their emotions pampered and coddled. Whatever. We're getting off topic here. You guys found anything interesting yet? We just got here too. What about you, ladies? Anything to help our case? 5 minutes later. So, Detter was the co-owner of Get a Life, and his business partner is someone called Boris Perry. And he divorced his wife 2 months ago. He gave her the house so he can preserve the shares of his company? Yes, but are you seriously saying he specifically wanted this apartment? In a building that looks like it'll collapse? This place is just 1 block from where the body was found. This cannot be a coincidence. We need to search this place. There must be a clue as to why he chose to stay here specifically. The drunk man is right. Let's split up and look for clues. Ugh. How can someone use an empty crate as a dining table and be fine with it? Men don't care about looks, as long as it serves its purpose. Oh yeah? Then why do men chase beautiful women more than ugly women? Men may chase after looks, but they stay for the personality in the end. Whoop. Empty beer bottles. Was he drunk when the murder occurred? Dinner for 1. Looks like he didn't brought anyone here. Half-chopped vegetables. Was he interrupted by something? It's a group portrait of a company picnic. The group has both Deader and Boris alongside some of their closest associates. A variety of books about love stories and adult novels. At least the kitchen counter's clean. Of course, bachelors are slobs, not unhygienic. I see other apartments from here. These buildings are built too close to each other. There are scraps of paper on the closet. The writing is almost ineligible. Don't hide. Silvery curtains. Silhouette. I think that's all I could find in this place. I must talk with Polly to regroup. It's a closet full of clothes. Nothing special about it. Why even have curtains if they're going to let the sunlight in? A chunk of the wall has fallen off due to disrepair. So, found anything interesting? A couple of things caught my eye. I found some beer bottles lying around, which could possibly indicate intoxication. Deader might have been drunk last night. We must send a messenger to the precinct to check the blood for it. I'll send a soldier there soon. But didn't you notice his lifestyle? Yeah, you guys keep saying there is a possibility of a love triangle, but it doesn't look like anyone's been here. There's a possibility that Deader went to her place, which would explain the location. What if he bought this place to be near this woman? Makes sense. His body was found nearby, too. She probably lives somewhere around here, in the other apartments. Other apartments? Seriously? Do you even know how many women we need to talk to about this if it is true? Tira's right. Not to mention, if it truly was an affair, no way she will confess. There's one more theory we haven't considered. What if Deader was stalking this woman? That's a possibility. If that's true, then this changes the case by a lot. Think about it. Deader divorced his wife, did not tell anyone, not even his business partner. Not to mention, no one even seemed to notice any change in behavior, as if he was deliberately hiding it. Went to extreme lengths to come here, and no one even knew he was staying here. So the question remains, who? Who is it that he is so obsessed about? I think it's that person. Eh? What? Tira, look. Me? Who am I looking for? Is that who I think that is? See? It's weird, right? What? Who is it? What's going on? I am also mildly interested. What an unexpected twist. I did not see this coming. I know, right? Let's capture that person this instant. Hey, hold on a minute. Don't leave me out of it. What's the twist? After them. They might make a mistake in their excitement that may ruin the case. I'm scared, Matt. I feel like they are closing in. It'll be okay, Jill. I made sure to leave no traces behind about us. But, what if they come barging in? Barging in? Honey, we live in medieval times. Cops don't barge in anymore. FBI. Open up. Hands where I can see them, dirtbags. Eek, who are you? Call the cops. I am a cop. Hey, you can't come in here. You have no rights, even though you are a cop. Aha, I was right. I knew I saw you somewhere, lady. Eh? You're the woman I saw in the Get a Life office this morning. Listen, people, I need someone to... I'm not doing this again. You work as a secretary in the Get a Life main office, don't you? So what? What if she works in Get a Life? What's that got to do with anything? You murdered Deader, didn't you, Jill? You little... Cut that out, you idiot. Ow, what the hell? You can't enter a civilian's property without a warrant. But she's the killer. It doesn't matter. You don't enter someone's property without warrant. Period. What did I miss? Get out of my apartment, assholes. Huh? That voice. Matt? You are Matt, right? One of the soldiers I met this morning? You're involved in this? I don't know what you're talking about. But you can't be here. This is private property. Except, you are the soldier of the state, and according to law, a soldier suspected of crime must cooperate to the full extent of the law or face court-martial. Officer, this is a dance studio. I teach dance to little kids as a side business. Why do you think we are Mr. Detter's killers? Because Detter bought an apartment across this place from where he kept an eye on you. He moved where? He was watching me? Jill. Polly? Yeah, I noticed. That was definitely a stalker scenario gone too far. They didn't know about Detter's apartment. Otherwise, they would have closed this place for a week minimum. Sir, if I may, this is nothing but a huge coincidence. Coincidence? Yes, wasn't the body found in an alley? You can't suspect us because Jill worked with the man and lived nearby. Coincidence? Detter scratched his attacker. Your arms have scratch wounds. That was... Want to hear another coincidence? Detter divorced his wife before moving here. Too many coincidences, don't you think? Officers, what do you think happened? We think the crime scene was staged to look like a robbery gone wrong, but the actual crime scene is somewhere else. Not somewhere else. Here. You both killed him here and disposed of the body in the alley. Then let me ask you this. Does this look like someone was murdered here? This place doesn't look like it was recently scrubbed clean. Wasn't there a struggle? But nothing looks broken or replaced with new items or anything. We wouldn't know for sure till we investigate. Matt, we will have to search this place. You have no choice but to comply. Don't soldiers get to have a say in this? We cops and soldiers must be held accountable on a higher order than normal citizens because we have certain powers. With great authority comes greater accountability. Matt and Jill, please stay on one side of the apartment until we complete our investigation. I understand. I'll keep an eye on them, but I want someone to find some info for me. I want to send another soldier somewhere. Okay, everyone else, look around and report if you find anything. Is there a rule for every woman to have their personal perfume collection or something? So many perfume bottles. My wife has a similar collection at home. A different one for each occasion. I use the same deodorant no matter where I go. La Depressio. Smells like failure. There's a patterned cloth stuck under the couch. Judging by its location and C fabric type, it was probably a carpet. Probably got torn when it was pulled from beneath the couch. But now the question remains, where's that carpet now? A doll, probably left behind by one of the dance students. There are some small threads stuck on its dress. It's probably kept on the floor, but the carpet here does not match the fibers stuck on the doll. So now the question remains, what carpet did these threads come from? I don't mean to brag, but I took dancing lessons as a kid. I can dance too. Just fill me up with alcohol and I can dance like no one else. That is not dancing. You're just stumbling around drunk in an effort to walk around. There's scratches and scuffings on the floor, but only halfway. What does it mean? Something was on top of the floor, which shared the damage on the floor. Hence the clean cutaway of damage. Now the question remains, what was on top of the floor? So it's a rug, not a carpet. This window has a direct line of sight to Debtor's window and vice versa. What did Debtor say in that scraps of paper? Don't hide, silvery curtains, silhouette. But these curtains are pink. Where are the silver curtains he speaks of? Do you have any questions for me, Officer Dreg? Not now. I'm still looking around. Yeah, I am innocent, so I have nothing to fear. I hope for your sake that's true. Not now, Dreg. I'm keeping an eye on them. A bill for fixing something? The keys are now working fine, and so is the inner mechanism. It's probably about the piano. Dance needs music, so maintaining the piano is important for business. Wait, there's a weird code written on it. HLMLLH. It's probably something I should remember. Well, I'm not going to remember that. High, low, medium, something, something. Alright. Click 1B, clue 1C. Okay. How's this one doing? 2A, 2B, 2C. Okay. This one's at 3A, 3B, and still needs to be investigated. What is this again? Neighborhood appears to be low income, bought a random blah blah blah. Okay. Can't talk to you about this. Can't talk to you about this. Whoop, can't talk to you about this. Blah 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 blah. I'm not quite appreciating the examine on walk into. High, low, middle, low, low, high. Secretary. Everyone claims it's a coincidence. Ah, isn't the right evidence to ask about. Okay. Ginger's statement. Quite a perfume collection, but does it have the one that Hugger claims she smelled on Debtor's body? Yep, here it is. Labrador. I recognize the smell since my wife uses it too. Unfortunately, this does not prove in itself that these two killed Debtor. This perfume is pretty common after all. Maybe not by itself, but if we combine with other clues we find around here, it may give us the whole picture. Where did the crime scene go? Look around to find out. So Matt, have a story to tell us about the wounds on your arms yet? It's not a story if it's true, Officer Dreg. The reason I was stumbling before was because of your surprised interrogation. So tell me then, if not done by Dreader, why are there scratch marks on your arms? It is due to wear out of my armor parts, due to moving around for years. Armor parts? Judging by where the scratch marks are you talking about your bracers? Yes, the inside linings of my bracers have worn out and the metal's been scratching my arms. Really? That's weird. Weren't all armors replaced 3 months ago for all soldiers as per yearly routine? There's a shortage of bracers, so I haven't gotten mine replaced yet. Sure, man. I'll have someone check your locker in the locker room for soldiers just in case you don't mind. That won't help. These soldiers trade armor parts all the time if necessary, so our lockers are unlocked. How convenient. Another coincidence. Alright, I'll look into it too. Let's see if we can't find those bracers of yours. Sure. Ask about the perfume. Hello, Jill. I must say you smell lovely today. Eek! Sexual harassment! Is that what you yelled yesterday to when your boss, Deader, said the same thing? Eh? What are you talking about? I'm talking about Labrador. The witnesses who found the body claims she smelled Labrador perfume on the body. Know anything about it? Labrador? That perfume? That's pretty common among young women. Why are you singling me out? Singling you out? You worked with Deader. He bought a place right in front of you. His body was found 1 block away. There was nothing between me and Mr. Deader. We barely talked outside of work. All of this is just... Another coincidence? Yes. You know what we call a string of coincidences such as this? What? We call it a pattern. I have my eye on you. Okay, I can't examine the piano with that, or that, or that, or that, or that. Okay, none of that does anything. I already checked this place. Alright, well, now to be stuck for a while. Alright, nothing. 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 I can't get to the middle section of the piano yet, so can't really enter the code. Not running into any invisible squares. And I've mashed against every wall. Okay, found dead in an alley. Victim fought back. Victim's wallet was found. Awarded the trophy. Co-owner. Divorced. Low income. Okay, so these two are the ones that have a space open to have a clue added. Save for a minute. Okay. Move aside, Dreg. I have a question for both of them. Okay. Alright, you two. We have determined Debtor died around midnight. Where were you two then? I'm not sure. It was probably still on the job. Really? But I checked the records. Matt, you clocked out early yesterday. It seems Tira did her homework before talking to them. Perhaps the soldier she sent earlier. Oh yeah, I did, I think. I don't remember. You don't remember yesterday night's events? How bad is your memory? That's because we went out drinking last night. What? Where? Oh yeah, now I remember. We went to the pub down the street, which is why my memory is a bit foggy. You can ask the owner. He'll tell you the same. What? But that's... The pub down the street. You mean the Stinky Nose? The one where they let people walk barefoot? Yes. How do you... I know everything there is to every bar, pub, and alcohol shop in the capital. It is my hobby. Sounds more like addiction to me. The Stinky Nose has a weird ritual. They don't open until a certain celestial body appears in their sky for the first time. The Stinky Nose opens after the moon is visible. Last night, it was cloudy, so the moon appeared only after midnight. So the Stinky Nose opened after midnight. Your alibi does not hold out, as you went to that pub after the murder occurred, not during. That's... Ha! Should have known better, Matt. You should be well aware about Dreg and his unhealthy relation with alcohol. So, if you went to the pub after midnight, that means you were both already in the vicinity. So where were you both? During the murder? In here. In this apartment. Matt. Saying anything else will only make us look guilty, Jill. Trust me. Okay. Yes, we were here. But that does not mean we killed Debtor. His body was found in an alley. Right. Another coincidence. Have you tried gambling, Matt? Seems right up your alley. These two are already gambling with their lives by lying to us. That's more than enough gambling for them. I think that's all I could find in this place. I must talk with Polly to regroup. Do you have something for me? The murder most likely happened here, but there is no solid evidence to support it. Then we have no choice but to squeeze the truth out of these two. You up for it? No, but I have to do it regardless. Tira is too hyper-fixated to interrogate, and the other one has sour thoughts about Get a Life. I hate to play the bad guy in this scenario, but law is law. And there can be no law without order. I have already forgotten the combo. It isn't too late for you to confess. We have a general idea of what happened here. It honestly seems like there were extenuating circumstances. We have nothing to confess to. We are innocent. I guess we're doing this the hard way then. Great. No, not after your blunder of barging in. Dreg will handle it. Gah. Look, guys, we are not your enemy. A man was killed. We are just trying to get to the truth. Then find it yourself. I mean, you don't have enough proof to even claim that this is the crime scene. I wouldn't be so sure about that. Eh? Here's what's bothering me. This is a dance studio, right? So, why hasn't anyone complained about noise? Dancing around must create a lot of noise when the feet of dancers drum the floor. That's right. Just walking around is making loud footsteps. There's no way dancing didn't make noise. That's... Unless, of course, there was a measure in place. You have, or had, a carpet, which was laid on the floor during dance lessons. Am I wrong? No, you're right. I believe there's one more thing that you used for dance lessons. Not just any curtains. These curtains were silver. Behind silver curtains, she dances. That's what was written in a scraped note by Ditter. Where are the curtains and the carpet? Because clearly they're not here. There's no carpet and other curtains. Do you have proof that these things exist outside of your theory in a dead man's scrapped note? Hey, don't try to be a smartass. A fast parameter search will definitely turn them up. Go ahead, look for them. You'll not find anything out there because there is nothing hidden. Maybe because the curtains and carpet are still here. Eek! Jill. So it is here. Thanks for the slip up. But we searched the apartment upside down. I'm pretty sure we would have noticed something big like that. Dreg, think. Where do you think those things are? Right, it was a bill. There was a bill for fixing the piano's keys and mechanism. The piano has a mechanism, but for what? And how do I access it? Dreg, what are you... Here goes nothing. A collapsible stage for dancing. This is what you use to reduce dancing noise. This carpet is really thick. Silver curtains. This is what Deader saw from the other side. These two, they accidentally created a special stage for murder. Please, tell us your side of the story. It happened last night. Matt and Jill, you are under arrest. You have the right to remain silent. But why? We already told you it was self-defense. Maybe so, and if you had contacted the authorities soon after, maybe things would have been different. But you both went a step further and decided to stage his death as a robbery gone wrong. That's obstruction of justice and tampering with evidence, I'm afraid, no matter the circumstance. But what was the right answer here? How could you possibly say with guarantee that if we had contacted the authorities, that they wouldn't have thrown the book at us? Debtor was famous and had powerful friends. I know how things like these go. Honestly, I'm not sure. Justice for thyself, but not for me. These things do happen. Matt, I understand why you did what you did. I will try to appeal to the court and try to reduce the charges to involuntary manslaughter. And Jill's only crime here is accessory to tampering with evidence, so hopefully she'll be released soon. It's kind of wrong. We are supposed to be the guardians of citizens, but instead people are afraid of us. Hopefully, probably many years in the future, maybe we will find a way to trust one another, to trust the justice system. Too bad. That day will come after many others like these two will pay the price. Next episode, Fallen Heart. And links in the description.